Picture this. You're 11 years old. You're literally going to be king one day, and your parents can't even announce where you're going to secondary school without causing what can only be described as dramatic pause complete and utter chaos. Our future king, Prince George, who, let's face it, probably has more pressure on his tiny shoulders than most adults, is about to finish his final year at Lambrook School. Sounds normal enough, right? Wrong. Welcome back to Royal Cookies, where we serve up the juiciest royal gossip with a side of heart-wrenching humanity. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Because apparently, when you're third in line to the throne, even choosing your GCSE subjects becomes a national security issue. Kensington Palace has officially gone into full panic mode and is delaying, yes, delaying, the announcement of where George will go to secondary school. Right. So let's rewind to 2022. The Waleses decide to pack up their London life at Kensington Palace and move to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor. Think of it as the royal equivalent of moving from Zone 1 to the suburbs. Except your new neighbours are still millionaires and you've got actual swans in your back garden. Enter Lambrook School in Bracknell, previously a lovely, small, family-focused institution where parents could probably rock up in their pajamas for pickup without anyone batting an eyelid. Then boom! 3 royal children waltz through the gates, and suddenly it's like someone pressed the Activate Fortress Mode button. A few grumbles? Mate! That's British understatement at its finest. What she means is, 1 minute you're dropping off little Tarquin's forgotten PE kit with a casual wave. The next you need 3 forms of ID, a background check, and probably a DNA sample just to get through the front gate. But wait, it gets better. Sports day? What used to be a charming affair with wonky 3-legged races and parents cheering from fold-up chairs, has now become what can only be described as the Olympics meets Glastonbury Festival security. And don't even get me started on the Christmas carol service. What was once a sweet, intimate gathering has transformed into something that requires more planning than a royal wedding. I'm talking security sweeps, media coordination, and probably someone whose entire job is to make sure nobody takes unauthorized photos of Prince Louis picking his nose during Silent Night. So now we arrive at the £1,000,000 question. Literally, considering these school fees, where does a future king go to secondary school? It's like choosing a Netflix series, except the wrong choice could potentially affect the monarchy, international relations, and probably the price of tea. The front-runners? Eton College, because apparently, if you're not educated at Eton, you're basically not posh enough to rule Britain. It's where William went, where Harry went, and where approximately 47% of British prime ministers learned how to speak in that particular brand of plummy English that makes you either want to bow or run screaming. Then there's Marlborough College, Kate's alma mater, where our future queen learned the fine art of looking effortlessly perfect while probably studying Latin and learning 17 different ways to hold a teacup. But here's the thing that's absolutely doing my head in. Why is this such a big deal? Well, Royal Cookies family, it's because whichever school little George chooses, that institution is about to experience the Lambrook treatment, but on steroids. Think about it. Eton is already basically Hogwarts for posh boys. Add a future king to the mix? You're looking at security that would make Fort Knox jealous. Armed guards casually lurking behind Gothic architecture, helicopter sweeps over the playing fields, and probably some unfortunate royal protection officer trying to blend in during cricket matches while wearing an earpiece and talking to someone called Alpha Base. And the other parents? Oh, those poor souls. Imagine trying to have a normal conversation at parents' evening. So how's little Rupert getting on with his geography? Oh, splendidly. Though he does keep asking why there are snipers on the roof during map work. Right? So here we are in July 2025, and George is about to turn 12, which in royal years is basically middle-aged considering the responsibilities ahead of him. He's entering his final year at Lambrook come September, which means D-Day for the secondary school announcement is looming. But Kensington Palace has basically gone into witness protection mode about this whole thing. They're delaying the announcement until the 11th hour next year, which in palace speak translates to, "We're absolutely terrified of the chaos this is going to cause, so we're going to put it off until we literally cannot avoid it anymore." And honestly, I don't blame them. Because think about what happens the second they make this announcement. Whichever school gets chosen immediately transforms from an educational institution into basically a royal tourist attraction. The poor admissions office is going to be flooded with applications from parents who suddenly think their little Nigel has what it takes to be mates with a future king. The school fees will probably triple overnight. Supply and demand, darling. And don't even think about trying to book a table at the local cafe anymore. It'll be packed with royal correspondents camping out with long-lens cameras hoping to catch George buying a Mars bar. But here's what's really getting to me about this whole situation. Kate and William are apparently completely understanding of other parents' concerns. Other parents' concerns. Can you imagine being the parent having to explain to your child why their school suddenly looks like the set of a James Bond film? "Mummy, why are there men in black suits watching us play football?" Well, darling, that's just what happens when your classmate is going to be King of England one day. Now here's where this story gets even more deliciously complicated. It's not just about George. We've got Princess Charlotte, who's 10, and Prince Louis, who's 7, and they're all currently living their best life together at Lambrook like some sort of royal Von Trapp family situation. If you're obsessed with royal strategy and environmental impact like I am, make sure you're subscribed to Royal Cookies because we're serving up the most sustainable royal content on YouTube. And remember, in a world full of fast fashion and royal scandals, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is wear your values on your sleeve, preferably in a gorgeous shade of green. Sophie's proving that environmental activism isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become. Until next time, keep munching on those eco-friendly royal cookies.